let's get into the action pretty soon here. This will be very...
As you can see, WePlay, keeping up with tradition, always providing me one piece of garment made for an actual child.
Yes, I heard that this was made for a child you ate.
Yes, that's what the Lord told me as well. And I am fat, so it does fit the description, doesn't it?
There you go. Well, SUNSfan, this is going to be a heck of a match here. Who's playing?
Well, we got MyGoodMate and Gela, your favorite.
Hey, that's right.
You going to say her name correctly this time? Did she prove herself to you?
Gela. She's earned herself a little bit of an improvement here, and I got to say, we didn't see much from MyGoodMate. I'm not trying to, hoot on Petrify here, but didn't really see anyone playing against him in that first game. So I'm excited to see how this one turns out.
Well, that game basically proved that there is some mechanical skill required in Artifact.
That is true.
Contrary to popular belief.
The APMs per minute.
That's a run-on. It's just APM.
All right, well, here we go. The game has activated, ladies and germs, and we're about to see this bad boy go. It's my boy, All Red on Gela versus MyGoodMate with his...
that's the second different pronunciation used. That's very impressive.
I don't know how to say it. Cola, I can say, absolutely. Well, let's take a look here. Here we go. Easy peasy so far, SUNSfan. I'm not seeing too much except for the Whirling Death. Very excited that we have that Timber Saw here.
Well, you could use it now, or you could save it for the next turn. I'm really interested to see this card actually be played on a professional level because Timber Saw not exactly the most common here that you see, especially since that did get the buff, of course, with the -1 armor.
Shut up for a second.
Okay, thank you.
This is my favorite matchup. Bristle v. Bristle. Only one is going to get the armor, SUNSfan. What do you do? Do you smash the defenses right now, or do you take this opportunity to ensure that Bristle...
You smash.
Okay.
Mist is way too good not to smash. And you get a smash in return. So that's what I call a 2-for-1 special where I come from.
Oh, no. This isn't good, though. That Bristle, he's got to do something to make sure that one of those bristles lives and one dies.
Now, looking at the discrepancies of levels here, Slacks, how much of a difference does this make? 14 versus 27.
Not at all. Levels don't mean anything. It means MyGoodMate has less of a life than Gela. So what does that mean?
That's exactly my point.
I mean... So you spam more. A lot of people play, more games than I do. I'm still better than them.
Keep telling yourself that.
Smarter than them.
Yep. Wow, she gets all her smash defenses. Ready to go. Of course, Celemane's favor is going to be a nice, crucial target for that at some point in the game.
Oh yeah.
Making sure that ramp cannot quite come online.
I feel like he's pretty happy getting that Celemane or this early. You want to just slap that down right now, right? Or do you risk the Rose Leaf, SUNSfan?
Well, Celemane does make sense on some level, depending on where you want to actually put it. Of course, as we know, Smash defenses will be taking it out almost 100%, unless you end up faking this out a bit.
Oh.
And having Gela play something first, if there is anything to play.
I never used to believe in fake outs, I have to admit. If you have the card, play the card, as I always said, but not after last series. The fake outs can definitely work.
I've never heard you say that before.
That's right.
Interesting to say that you always say that. But
I mean, I always do.
You could do a Whirling Death here just to clean up a little bit extra damage onto the tower and take out the tree and protect. And of course, as you can see, Smash the defenses, as we talked about, we'll be going for that bad boy. Of course, initiative is very important.
It is true.
Because you don't want to give the opponent that 2 extra mana to use right away.
Smash that. But if she does smash it, it will go away. So that's going to hurt, though. I mean, 2 of your improvements, very strong improvements, Missive Reverse and Smash going out that early. Truly, the RNG gods are on the side of the Cola.
Yeah, and Gela, perhaps a little bit fortunate that, these Stars Alliance aren't in the hand of MyGoodMate, because obviously you can't do much about that with only enough magic, as the panel talked about, to actually counter it.
To detract a little bit, I love the name MyGoodMate. Very, very positive. Every time we talk about him, we talk about him like he's our friend, like he's our good mate.
Yeah.
I should name myself that. Like, not annoying. That'd be a great name for me.
I mean, it worked out in Dota. People don't find you annoying anymore, right?
Well, that's, you snuff enough glue, you'll lose enough brain cells.
Snuffleupagus, yeah. As Beastmaster looks like he's going to the 3rd lane here. Roseleaf Druid is placed, so 6 mana will be online for MyGoodMate there, which means, just Berserker's Call online for now. Only 1 green hero up for now. Of course, we talked about Drow Ranger. Are you still a fan of the hero, despite the nerfs?
I'm still okay on Drow. I feel like having +1 on your entire board is actually pretty strong, especially in the early game. But not too sure if it's worth having her come out in Phase 2. I'm a big believer in Drow in Phase 1, just for that extra creep damage to secure those early games. But anyway, we're going to pass here. Yep. Baiting out again, SUNSfan?
Potentially. I mean, what could you do here? You could have Whirling Death to prevent the death onto Timbersaw.
Oh,
Looks
here
like
we
Bronze
go.
Legionnaire is going to redirect the attack, so going to sacrifice his life for the betterment of MyGoodMate's squad here. Of course, if you do Whirling Death, technically speaking, Jasper Daggers is available.
That is true. Pretty much everyone's running that item now. Is that correct? I don't think anyone's not running Jasper Daggers.
Are you sure you looked at all the lists?
I looked at all the lists.
I mean, there's plenty that aren't running it, but if you do run it, it's typically a one of. I don't think there's many that are going to be running more than that. Of course, if this was 3 weeks ago, you'd see 2 or 3 ofs, because that is a pretty redonkulous item right now.
Oh, there we go. Whirling Death, as predicted. Saving that life of Timbersaw, making Axe's life a little bit more difficult here. And
there's the Jasper Daggers.
Oh, SUNSfan.
Completely debuffs.
However,
yes.
Another Whirling Death.
No, it won't do anything. Oh, actually, that's not true. It will be enough for the kill, actually.
So let's do it again. Waste both of those in the same lane.
I mean, that is the thing to consider, right? Is the fact that you're going to be using 2 out of your 3. How important is that spell, though?
Not at all. I don't think. I mean, who cares? It's Whirling Death.
It's a signature item of a hero. How is it not important?
It's signaturally shitty. Look at that. They 2 damage and 2 attack. Who cares?
It's quite good.
I mean,
don't listen to him.
In
folks.
conjunction with Legion Standard Bearer, then yes. I mean, excuse me.
Dresden standards?
Yeah, whatever. There's a lot of standards. How are we supposed to keep up?
They do have a lot of standards in the Red Mist army, for sure.
I mean, you got to keep it up with all that, pilfering that they're doing. What the hell are these 2 guys thinking about?
Gela is thinking about if this is actually worth it. The axe will go down to 1 HP if she just leaves it as is, which she does have the choice of doing so. No, we'll go for the Whirling Death as we talked about. Again, it is kind of expensive, though. It is a bit expensive to do that. But you do get the favorable trade there. Axe for Legion, you'll take that. Or Axe for Timbersaw, you'll take that every time.
Oh, but it will cost her the initiation. She could have gotten that Fountain Flask off, SUNSfan.
Yep, otherwise known as Initiative.
What?
Not to be confused with Initiation, which doesn't exist in this game, actually. That's a Dota term.
What are you talking about?
You don't have initiation in this game. Unless there's
she just had initiation right there.
Perhaps Spirit Breaker coming into the game at some point. That'll be a good initiation.
Leaks. Richard Garfield's going to have your ass, dude.
Oh, Richard, no, not
Richard,
today.
leave us alone, Richard.
Well, Bronze Legionnaire can be placed if needed. We'll be going for the block onto the Drow Ranger. You could go for the duel as well. Going to save it, though.
Yeah, you could use that Whirling Death for 2 mana, but duel, that's good in the mid, early, late, after the game. It's good to have.
No, that's if you're not using your duels, then no, I would actually disagree with that.
Although I am sometimes a fan of the round 1 duel.
Yeah, occasionally. I think it was kind of overdone in the last tournament, actually. Who was it? It was Mogwai that really hated turn 1 duels, but I think a few scenarios do exist that it is quite good.
If you got a Bristleback and he's in front of a hero in your round 1 duel?
Not typically, no. Not typically.
Not atypical maneuver?
I mean, the last series we saw, Bristleback got 3 kills in a row, basically. 6 armor.
And he was worthless.
He was pretty good. He was pretty much invulnerable at that point. But speaking of invulnerable,
all right,
this Red Mist Pillager is available to play. And if there's no curve, this could end up snowballing out of control.
No wiggity way. Here he comes, Red Mist. Oh, baby boy. What do you do in this situation? Your heart starts pumping. Your blood starts thumping. What happens?
Well, it keeps replicating. That's exactly what happens. If you want me to read the card, I can if you want. But Axe will probably come to that lane next turn just to prevent a little bit more damage to the tower. Of course, it's going to depend on the spawn coming out. Does have Berserker's Call in MyGoodMate's hand.
Oh, yeah,
so has that to work with. Has 3, in fact. All of them. All right.
How much damage did that kill him, though? You don't want to do that.
Well, Berserker's Call, not going to do a whole lot here.
All right, now you Berserker's Call. Well, screw it. You got nothing left.
Well, you don't have mana left, so.
You still got mana left on.
You're talking about for Gela.
Yeah, for Cola. She can still Berserker's Call.
Bristleback ends up dying in that case. Is that worth it, you think?
Did you really do the math there, SUNSfan?
It's not difficult. It just adds 5 damage to what's already being taken.
No, that's not true. So 5.
Actually, 8 damage.
8 damage.
Well, it's more than that because of the negative armor. So it's 5 plus 7. That's 12. 12 extra damage.
Well, if you would stop going off topic, she actually uses the ogre, the big ogre boy.
Ogre conscript, yes. The Berserker's Call there. Of course, with 3 in hand, MyGoodMate feels pretty comfortable doing this. And that is a tower relatively early. So that's obviously very good. Now looking for a way to perhaps get out of this lane. Or going to place the Unearthed Secrets. All right.
All right, so
going to place this for second lane.
Okay, kind of getting rid of that chance to have one of those giant round 10 Wombo with that Stars Align, and just going to go for that tower and see if play the long game. But
I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that the hand right now from MyGoodMate doesn't include that. So you don't want to really risk it per se when you can get some good value out of that secret there.
Here come two heroes. Only Axe going to be coming out from MyGoodMate here, and I don't think he has any chance but to go in that first lane, Sunsfan.
Yeah, he has to. That's going to hurt. But with 2 Berserkers called, no initiative for him, or initiation as you like to call it. Gela in the meantime, that's actually pretty good spawn. Both Red Mists are blocked.
No!
One by Axe, one by a measly creep.
Do you actually duel here and get rid of that creep? Look how much damage that single creep is blocking. I mean, that is significant.
Let's see, what does she have in her hand? Has 7 mana, of course, so Spring the Trap could come into play here. It can only really be used offensively, so I'm not sure how good that is. Of course, Berserker's Call doesn't do a whole lot. You really have no way of killing Axe, which is the unfortunate thing. So it's really a question of whether you want to duel the creep, like you said, to help prevent this Red Mist from dying.
I think that's the best play. I mean, you could potentially throw down one of those Spring the Traps right here and just try to even it out. But having that Red Mist in play not only does tower damage, but it also blocks that Axe again next round, preventing him from doing something.
Ooh, there's the enough magic. All right.
There you go.
So no choices.
Gotta say, though, not the worst thing that could have happened. Because now she knows that that's kind of not in play anymore. And that's a very strong card, especially in this kind of deck. So, worthy sacrifice in my opinion here. Not too much that MyGoodMate can do. Maybe throw down a Rose Leaf Druid, Spring the Trap here to buy a little bit of time. But, oh, wait, no red hero. So, yeah, Rose Leaf's all we got.
Well, might be worth trying to block the Bristleback. Of course, we do know that Berserker's Call is available. But with only 3 HP and 0 armor on Bristleback, it might be worth. Gonna go for the duel just to make sure that nothing can be done. And this is going to be an easy kill. Of course, it does trade, so this is kind of like the ghetto TP that we've seen before. Don't really need...
Oh, don't forget to hit that hammer, baby. Don't miss it!
I mean, you're going to have to play a Mercenary Exiles just to finish this off, or Stonehall Elite if you want. And obviously, yeah, you can just pop that Demagging Maw.
Don't forget the hammer! There it is.
We have seen a few people get a little hasty with that.
That is true.
Right? It does play the Stonehall Elite.
Sunsfan, this might be a quick game. Chat might be exciting. Very excited to know that this cast might not last as long as they were thinking.
Why, you don't think they like us?
I'm loving it, personally.
There's a lot of damage being done to this tower. So the first tower is what we're really looking at. 40 HP versus 22. MyGoodMate at the disadvantage, but Spring the Trap comes into play. Time of Triumph is going to be online, and as we can see, it's in Gela's hand and not MyGoodMate, at least not yet.
What did you say? Gela?
Gela.
Her name is Cola.
Gela.
I mean, I'm not trying to be this guy, but I've made a few careers in my time. Maybe time for a name change.
Whose name change did you take credit for exactly?
I believe his name was Mott Dota.
What did he change it to?
I don't remember.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it was Mott Pack. Excuse me. Anyway,
that was me, please.
Okay, we're moving on.
For that.
Thank you very much, Sunsfan. It is the battle of the top lane.
Yep.
This is it. Put all your boys top, because we about to have a red boy thick party, baby.
I mean, these are the kind of matchups that we end up seeing ties, but the problem is the HP discrepancy on each tower. Obviously, Gela is at the huge advantage right now. And the fact that she has Time of Triumph in hand.
Uh-huh. She does have the initiative, so she's able to put down that 8-mana card.
That word is really difficult. I don't understand why.
Time of Triumph in this. Oh, the double.
Yeah, I think this is not looking good right now for MyGoodMate.
However,
yes.
What if she didn't do it? She did do it. So
why would you not do it?
You wouldn't not do it. I was just, you know, we don't talk in absolutes as casters. We always have to explore the intricacies of the game.
Sure. Well, not much to play here for MyGoodMate. This is a horrendously bad hand. Of course, the Phase Boots will keep Bristleback alive, but all he's really doing is blocking damage, which still a lot of siege damage coming through from each respective hero because of this Time of Triumph.
Well, she didn't activate Boar. Is that on purpose, Sunsfan? She could be blocking a significant portion of damage.
Well, she still sees the 8 mana on, I mean, it's obviously just red heroes, so potentially another Time of Triumph could come out, but you'd think he would have played it by now if he had it, so this is going to indicate to her that probably not going to be the case. So I think that initiative is going to be way more important, because one Berserker's Call will just open it up at some point.
You dumb. I told you it was
She played it anyway. Either way, though, she is at huge advantage right now. I don't think there's anything that MyGoodMate can even do,
well,
even with the right draws at this point. Only 8 damage being done to the tower, so even if you have 4 heroes, it's only going to be 16 siege damage next turn. Not nearly enough.
Well, SunsFan, I gotta disagree with you here. A game of Artifact is never over until the Ancient explodes.
Really?
Never over.
Never.
Never. As you see, our boy has not surrendered yet. He has still 1 play left to go.
And what is that? To concede.
That is to get his own time of triumph, beef it up a little bit with the quorum. You know, he's got a lot of stuff cooking, SunsFan.
This is what Gela is afraid of course, is the Emissary coming out and doing a whopping 80 damage to the tower, to the Ancient. But as we can see from the hand, MyGoodMate's hand is just really bad.
Oh, it's awful. And look at the position on that sprung, the trap. Whoo! That drow has gotten sprung.
You really try very hard to mispronounce everything.
What are you talking about?
Spring the trap. Right, TP coming out. We haven't really seen Gus come online at all. Obviously, it hasn't been in the hand as of yet, but I don't think it would have done as much this game, especially with these 3 red heroes in the same lane. We're seeing the difference of Gus now, right?
That is true.
Let's say you Gus Axe and Beastmaster. LC can still cast another Time of Triumph.
That is true. However, you have forgotten a very important thing.
And what's that?
The
game is over.
The game's over. This kid lost.
Initiative with Gela.
Here we go. All right. Now, she is going to play the secondary Time of Triumph. She really doesn't have any other play here.
What are you trying to hype up? The game is just over. I'm telling you, the game is over.
MyGoodMate's got a plan. We've got Gust. That can Gust.
2 out of 4 heroes, yes.
Now, there could be a glitch.
that reverts it to the... Even if that's the case, still lose because of the siege damage.
No.
You understand?
There could be a glitch where Gust insta-kills all the enemy heroes. Cola could quit the game. The game's not over. A meteor could strike Cola's house.
So she's just going to go for the heal because obviously she does have...
What a dick.
She does have the kill right now. Doesn't have to technically do anything. Berserker's Call doesn't do anything either against her. So she can just chill.
She's just chilling.
And she will take game 1 in convincing fashion.
It's not over, though.
Okay. Give me the scenario where she can lose this game. Minus a disconnection.
I'm giving you plenty. A dog could come and start biting her. We don't know.
That, I think, is in the same realm as a disconnection, personally, but I could be wrong. You never know.
Sure. She could concede here by accident. She could accidentally surrender.
I'm not sure what. Okay, he's going to go for the Berserker's Call.
Oh, shit,
it's just going to suicide. It's, you know, it's the honorable thing to do at this point.
I like this. Don't concede. Let her play it out. Take the loss. Take your time to think about the next match. They don't have a lot of time in this tournament. Wow, she's not even going to use the Time of Triumph. What a dick.
Oh, all right. He goes for Berserker Call into the duel.
Booyah, baby.
So he does end up trading enough to prevent the kill on paper, but as you can see, and as we know, as we talked about literally 2 turns ago, the second Time of Triumph was there. Shocker, Slacks. Absolute shocker. I'm
not shocked. I told you she was going to win before the game even started.
Well, before the tournament even started,
That's
actually.
right.
God, this looks so bad.
I kind of like it.
It's constricting my breathing.
You can open it up.
I know. It's just... we are 2 fat pieces of garbage.
I feel more thick than the red heroes in that game, baby. We are Time of Triumph X3, my boys.
That was great. Great opening game for Gela. We need to understand how to pronounce it.
Just change your name to Cola. It's too hard.
No. That's a C. That's quite different. That's just disrespectful at this point, you know?
My C's not disrespectful at all.
Although I do love Cola, so maybe that is it.
Yeah, Cola's delicious.
I do love Cola.
All right. How much more are we supposed to talk?
Just until now.
Okay.
We're perfect. You're doing great, Slacks.
Here we go.
Keep it up, buddy.
Here we go. This is my first officially Artifact tournament.
No, you did PAX.
I did PAX, but that wasn't official.
That was like a tutorial for people, and...
That was just a way to trick people.
Oh, my God. What does that mean?
That's what they told us before they went on. They said, trick them.
Trick them into what?
I don't know. I'm just...
What is wrong with you? Good God. You're lucky there's not much to cast in the first turn. We did see a Cunning Plan played.
Oh, hey, SunsFan, it's PA, your favorite hero.
Yeah, I do love PA. This is a red-black deck, not an aggro of sorts. We've seen a lot of the Sorlacon come out. March the Machines is there, though, with Bristleback. You see the synergy, Slacks? The March the Machines into negative armor, does more damage because it's just good. It's just good stuff.
All I see is PA. Round 6 comes, somebody's dead no matter how well you've been playing the game. That's all I see. So what do you do against a black deck? Well, you got two choices. You either prepare for round 6 or you end the game before round 6 in some way.
That is not correct.
That is correct.
That is...
You want to be hard winning the game before round 6, and I think that this red deck can absolutely do it.
What you're talking about... I think you have this backwards, friend. The mono blue wants
she's
this to
on
go...
the top.
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
There you
SUNSfan.
go.
Come on.
I know.
You can't use the same deck. In case you guys don't know the rules of this tournament, if you win with a deck, you're not allowed to use it again in the series.
Slacks just learned that last game.
I didn't learn that last game. I knew. I read the pamphlet.
They gave you a pamphlet?
They gave me a
No,
pamphlet.
they didn't give anybody else a pamphlet. Does that mean anything to you?
They said, don't talk about this on stream was the name of the pamphlet.
Well, the Aghanim Sanctum will be placed by Gela. They're going to be able to get a Foresight to come out if she wants.
Oh, man. Isn't that hype, getting the Sanctum and the Foresight in round 4? Woo!
It's nice. It's nice. Unfortunately, the Cunning Plant wouldn't be enough to save anybody. She has to sacrifice one blue hero to the LC gods, and it will be Zeus this time around. Want to keep those creeps in place.
All right.
That's a nice arrow for MyGoodMate.
We got Legion Standard Bearer, though, going to pop up that damage as well.
What? I mean, we'll see. We'll see if he plays anything. Dimensional Portal is going to be used for sure, just to redirect this arrow. The question is, will it be multicast? Is Ogre being a good boy today?
Negative. Negative on the multicast.
Okay.
He's saving up for the Arcane Assault. That's always multicasting.
Okay.
So what do you do here? You can Mercenaries Exile if you kind of
You could
feel
also
it.
do nothing if you want. I don't know how much you care about the 3 damage to the Bristleback, but
You definitely care. You
you
put
could
a little
pump it up as well if you want. So it's going to get 6 damage. Not quite enough for lethal, but still. Can save it, though, depending on what items you actually want to get this game. So Luna all alone in this lane versus the PA and 2 creeps. Do have a Gloaty Vandal to come out if MyGoodMate wants to push this tower a little bit more.
Indeed.
And March the Machine, that's the scary... I feel like the 5 mana is what I worry about when I'm playing as Tinker.
I don't think so. March the Machine is, you know, of course it does that kind of chip damage, but don't forget that it does have that 3-round cooldown. So, I mean, it has a maximum amount of damage, which kind of seems like you can deal with that, you know? I mean, at least
it's really good against these mono blues, though, because they play
That is
Demagicking Maul, and then you have like this dead improvement, and you sometimes, just because of the RNG, end up taking out a dead improvement instead. It actually works in multiple ways.
I mean, March of Machines is great against those Dogs of War as well,
Yep.
but, you know, it's not the scariest thing in the world. I will say that Tinker is one of my favorite heroes right now, though.
That's great to hear.
He has a lot of utility.
I can't tell you how happy that is to me. That makes me.
Thank you.
Very, very impressive stuff. So Kana is going to be accompanied by Skywrath Mage. Very impressive that you like Tinker, just like everybody else in the game.
What do you mean? Tinker didn't used to be a high value hero.
No, that's true.
I always believed. I always believed in the nerds. Rise up, gamers.
He started out as a draft-only hero, and then has gone into Constructed as part of the aggro rush decks.
Just like normally, everyone in Artifact is finally catching up to me.
Yeah.
Well done.
Understandable.
So Skywrath Mage is doesn't have that ability on the cooldown here. Can possibly do something and remove this armor. Why do people play Skywrath Mage, SunsFan?
Well, you need a 5th blue hero. That's part of it. You're going to run
Crystal
OD.
Maiden.
I mean, Crystal Maiden's not that bad. I think Swim played a lot of Crystal Maiden in this deck, but just the 5 HP is really a killer.
That is
really a killer.
Not great, but easily fixed with a Stonehall Cloak, which everyone runs anyway. But perhaps Skywrath just used for this. The concussive shot, taking that very useful armor away from the red hero. So.
Yeah, you're going to see the Stonehall Elite come through, and will technically be in... Have you heard the lore behind the Cheeseburger Man?
The Cheeseburger Man?
Yeah, so the first thing it eats is the breakfast, which is McDonald's.
What the fuck are you doing?
Don't worry, we'll get to it. This is going to be the McDonald's breakfast coming through. It's going to be a 6-2-4. So this is actually pretty huge because this is the Kana lane. This is the lane you definitely want to win if you're Gela, but now you're going to have to use it as an annihilation lane, which he does not have right now.
Who is the Cheeseburger Man?
We'll get to it. Don't worry about it.
What?
I'll give you the lore behind this. So pumping up the Stonehall Elite, or not the Stonehall Elite, the Mercenary Exiles.
Yeah, don't confuse them. Those are mercenaries.
Yeah. Will be enough to get the kill on Ogre.
And save their life.
And survive. And March of the Machines could be played as well in the lane.
Who do you need us to kill?
Gonna pump it up first, though. Of course, we have 5 times 2 mana to use for Gela.
Now, do you March of the Machines the last lane to kill Luna, though? Insta-kill Luna with that. Well, actually, you don't.
You don't insta-kill, but it does present lethal in theory.
It does present it.
Yeah. I mean, you could. I mean, this first lane, you end up doing a little bit more damage to LC as a result, but Obviously, Axe and this Cheeseburger Man aren't going to take anything. Oh, wow. Wow. Very surprising. Okay. So nothing being played by Gela, saving the initiative.
Why? You want to throw down March of the Machines?
Well, this is showing. I mean, we talked about this in the game that she saved the Annihilation for so long, right?
Yeah.
She's presenting the fact that.
What are you doing?
Well, this was a fake out. That's why this is being played now.
I'm upset.
All right, she's just going to die right away. This is actually the right move because you don't want to die on the upkeep.
That's a good point.
That would have been really, really bad for Luna. Arcane Assault will steal back initiative. She really wants this Annihilation. Still nothing there, though.
Yikes.
MyGoodMate has to assume she has it, though.
Yeah,
right?
got to play around it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so can we talk about that move? That was above my pay grade there. She could have used, or he could have used.
So
the March of the Machines in lane 2, he didn't, and then he plays it in around the same lane so it doesn't do damage.
So he's slow playing that second lane, right? Because you have Aghanim Sanctum, you assume he's going to play something.
Sure.
With these 2 mana pools, essentially.
Okay.
He calls the fake out, just dies right away, and as a result, the March of the Machines has to be played after the fact.
Okay.
At least that's how I read it, but it could be, you know, a lot of mind games with these types of plays coming through.
Yeah.
No Annihilation still. Eclipse only has 4 charges, so not going to be doing a whole lot.
However, we do have Aghanim Sanctum. Eclipse plus Mystic Flare would do a whole lot, SUNSfan.
Would it, though? Let's see. Mystic Flare, it's only going to do 6 damage at most to 2 units.
Yes.
And then the Eclipse, this is too much math for me. Only 4 Eclipse charges is just not very high.
It would definitely kill him.
Now, at any cost, that's an interesting one. If you follow it up with an at any cost, maybe. So let's see. We're going to start off the Mystic Flare.
Told you! And now you follow up with an Eclipse.
Berserker's Call can come through.
But why would you do that?
But would kill the LC. Now, Demagicking Maul, he probably wish he played this earlier.
Uh-huh. The Digimaki Maul is just waiting there, unable to be played at this moment. And he's going to pass.
Yeah.
SUNSfan, what's he passing about? He's waiting for the refresh?
He wants the
Fountain Flask that doesn't even heal him?
He's going to keep passing, and we're going to see what she plays now.
What's going on here, SUNSfan?
So Eclipse, 4 charges. That's going to be enough to take out LC, but not the Axe. Should live with 1 HP. Berserker's Call, not going to be used at any point.
What about the Digimaki Maul?
I'm just going to trade things here. So Tinker, because of the initiative, you get the Berserker's Call right off the bat. That's 2 armor. And it's pretty big because there's Aghanim Sanctum in this lane as well, right?
Okay,
so
sure.
But be able to take that out pretty easily. Just because of the way the initiative works, you couldn't have played Demagicking Maul in the first lane anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably save this laser, no real reason to use it. Probably one of the most important skills against any red, or I guess it's not against the red deck. In this case, the laser is actually not very useful.
Yep. So we got a taken lane here by MyGoodMate.
Yep.
However, you'll notice those numbers are getting higher. Look at those cards. 7 Thunder God's Wrath, baby, with the initiative, with the double down, Whoppabaum, and Celemene, and Bolt of Damocles. As always, the longer the game goes against this blue, the less chance you got. So, MyGoodMate, in a good spot for right now, but that time is waning.
Yeah, I mean, Thunder God's Wrath does kill Axe and PA right off the bat.
And Bristle.
That's right, and Bristle. So Laser, or Tinker's the only one available for this turn.
I mean, this might just be, this is what you dream of.
This is the big turnaround round. Yeah, for sure.
You dream of when level 7 comes, you have initiative with Thunder God's Wrath, you clear the board, and then you take that next round and this round to just literally win the game. So, here we go. Thunder God's Wrath, get shot in the hootie! I love how it goes.
That doesn't sound appropriate.
Right in the hootie!
All right, that's number 1.
All right.
Now, there's actually no point in playing the second one. Just the one Thunder God's Wrath was more than enough, which is really good because now you're going to have that for another turn.
That's right. You play
if it comes to that.
You play Foresight here, you play Ignite, and you're good to go.
Yeah, Ignite will start it out. Yeah, you have to assume a Foresight. Can't take back initiative with an Arcane Assault, at least not yet. We'll get it here, but obviously can't play this turn.
Now, we are on a time limit again, however. Did a great job taking those heroes out, but kind of have to win in the next 2 turns. The red hero is going to be coming back, and you know what red at round 8 means, SUNSfan.
Yeah.
I mean bad stuff.
Indeed. As Eclipse comes out, only 4 charges, enough to take out the Mercenaries Exiles. But Tinker will survive.
Yeah, could put down a Tyler Estate right here, but we're going to use the second Digimon.
Yeah, I think Tyler Estate you typically want to use right away, right?
Yeah.
And he had the opportunity to do that, so I doubt he plays it now.
Yeah.
But you could do it just to prevent the incarnation next, well, for the following turn, I suppose, is the big one. So no real reason.
Wouldn't be too bad of an idea. Sensor is pretty strong. This is great situation right here. I mean, Gela, she has one hero in this lane, probably wants to get that hero,
You might want to think about at any costing yourself. It kills everything and yourself, which is kind of the ghetto TP that we've talked about before.
I think we do that. I think you just clear this out, get Luna out of this dead lane. There's no way you're taking this one, and then move her to a better place in 2 rounds. But yeah, it's pretty strong to have just a random blue around in these high levels here.
So only 1 red hero, right? Next turn.
That's right.
Along with Tinker. So 7 HP left on this tower. This is actually going to be pretty tough to take. It's going to be 8 mana. Of course, we know that MyGoodMate does not have Time of Triumph yet, but Gela has to play around it.
Interesting that she chooses to keep herself alive there instead of clearing the board, but
it does provide her an extra charge every round, right, for Eclipse, just by staying alive. So.
Yep, that is true. So we're going to put Zeus in that middle lane. She does have another Thunder God's Wrath. Deciding where to put it here, it ain't going to kill Tinker. He's going to have the ability to do something here.
No.
But I'm getting a little worried. She didn't really do too much with that, with the whole team dead, and they all come back next round.
I mean, that's kind of the thing with these mono blues. You're going to be able to kill the heroes, but you can't really take the towers until, well, unless you get a really wide lane with the I can't remember the name of it anymore. The creepy spell.
What's that?
D-Portal, thank you. The Dimensional Portal.
Oh, I thought Tyler Estate Censor was the creepy spell. You ever hear that guy?
Actually, that's one of the best voice lines in the game, I have to say.
Welcome to your state.
Oh, he actually draws Time of Triumph.
That's hype. Oh, that's hot.
Now, of course, playing around Annihilation, because none have been played, but none have been drawn either for Gela. This is really unfortunate. Vesture of the Tyrant.
Woo!
Was picked up, though.
That is what you want on one of these blue decks. So strong in conjunction with all these Annihilation moves. Really opens yourself up to suiciding in 1 round and then coming back immediately again. Great pickup there from the Secret Shop. Am I correct on that?
The Secret Shop? Oh, for Gela? Let's see.
I believe so. I don't believe she has that in her deck, so.
Yeah, I doubt it. Let me take a look real quick.
Yep.
Yeah, there's no way.
So, unfortunate play there. She could have easily put that Vesture on the Skywrath Mage before switching it over, but we know that...
Well, here's the thing, right? Yeah. You want to play the Vesture on a Time of Triumph turn.
Yeah.
So Time of Triumph you want to place on multiple heroes. Of course, if you block, right, he's going to play it on Zeus anyway. But the Siege coming through will only be 1 for each hero if you put that in the same lane. We'll see if that ends up mattering in this game. I would think so, but the question is, can Zeus be in the lane that needs to be actually played? Because 7 HP on this mid tower. That's all that remains.
Yeah, if you're MyGoodMate, excuse me, you probably don't want to kill Zeus. Don't give him the chance to move lanes here.
Ooh. This is risky, though. Don't think he's blinking to mid. That would be very risky. It's possible he does it, though. We'll see.
I wouldn't doubt it. Why not?
Annihilation. That is why not.
I mean, sure.
I mean, who cares about Annihilation, right?
I mean, but sure, Cola's never hidden an Annihilation before, so...
Yeah, doesn't he know that she never draws it?
Yeah.
She finally got it, though, this turn. So that is very, very important. And this is when it gets super scary for MyGoodMate, because 7 HP on the tower, I mean, March of the Machines will help a lot, but with a Vesture, it's not going to do anything if you can get it in that lane.
You know, do you annihilate in this lane, though, before she can blink? Because you have Vesture. You can come straight back.
I mean, that's true, but not going to be the case.
Okay.
Also provides extra gold.
Sure.
You know.
And you got 3 heroes coming out next time.
And you can try to take this first tower now next turn as well.
Sure.
So Annihilation pretty much has to come through here, I think. I don't know if there's any other consideration. You could wait. I don't know. There's...
You annihilate here, though, and then what happens next round? 3 heroes coming to this lane.
That's true. That's
true.
true.
Why kill yourself now?
This is what I was talking about with placing that Vesture on Zeus, because now he's kind of stuck there unless you get the Blink Dagger. So Annihilation does give you gold to buy a Blink Dagger. That's something to consider, I suppose. But 1 blue hero versus the majority of this deck for MyGoodMate.
I think you hold on. I think you hold on here. You don't play anything. Legion's probably going to duel one of the creeps in front of... or she's probably going to play Time of Triumph. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So this is going to force out the Annihilation, but that actually ends up helping a bit. Because you have the Annihilation come out, and now Time of Triumph, of course, if you're Gela, you don't know this.
Yeah.
But you're hoping that only one was in the hand, which is the case for MyGoodMate.
Sure.
So unless he draws another, he won't be able to take that mid tower,
Dang.
depending on the spawns. We'll see.
Really unfortunate with this Luna that she's still alive in this lane. I mean, if she killed herself last lane, she'd be coming out next round, which would be so helpful in this middle lane right now.
Yeah, that's true.
But if you're MyGoodMate, you just put 3 heroes mid and win the game, don't you?
Yes, I believe so. But you have to worry about Annihilation.
No, you don't.
It's
no
easy.
one's coming out. This game's over.
Oh, that's true. There's absolutely nobody.
Yeah, so Luna...
Yeah, no TP, no blinks. I mean, if blink comes out, we have 14 gold, right?
Sure. But
so she's going to do this now.
If that happened 2 rounds ago...
I agree.
That was a definite misplay, but what could he do?
So, of course, we can't see the shot, but Blink Dagger is picked up by Gela, so that's super important. So Vesture will be in this mid lane, but no initiative. She has to actually put that on Zeus and blink over.
Literally only chance is a double Thunder God's Wrath?
MyGoodMate playing a little bit safer, just in case.
Look at these creeps. Oh, Richard, how could you do this?
Yeah, Richard Garfield strikes again, it seems.
Screwing us all. That's just awful. Yeah, you might as well just put 3.
No, this is interesting.
Oh,
you could just go for the coup into just a win.
There is no coup, though, SUNSfan.
Yeah, but no Annihilation either. But neither of them know this.
That's right.
You're trying to draw into it. This is actually a very interesting play. See if it ends up paying off for MyGoodMate.
If he draws a coup, the game's over.
Oh! But March on the Machines isn't the worst. You're going to do 2 with the Vesture. It's not going to do anything, I suppose.
All right. However, also problems. We did not get any Thunder God's Wrath, so...
You mean Annihilation?
I mean Thunder God's Wrath. Oh, we do have 2.
Well, you have Incarnation, right?
You
so you're going to blink over here, try to do the Incarnation, all that shenanigans. Now, what can MyGoodMate do here? Spring the Trap, go wide? I mean, that looks pretty good to me. I mean, we'll see.
I don't think
you're actually going to do it here.
Yeah, I think that's your play because you want to get those guys as low HP as possible. You do 2 Thunder God's Wraths here. Then you go and you get Initiation and you Mystic Flare. You win the game. 2 Thunder God's Wrath into Initiation into Mystic Flare.
You can't get Initiative, though. You have to blink over.
Oh, that is true,
so,
SunsFan.
With only 7 HP, how many... Yeah, no HP items in tow, so a simple Berserker's Call would be enough, or a duel, which duel is there. So we know that this 10 exact damage coming from Bristleback. So
well, let's get serious.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Literally 1 HP, would have been enough to have her live this round. We're just going to go out with everything just to see what happens. Of course, it's much easier to see what, will actually come about by looking at the hands of each respective player.
Of course.
A 3rd Thunder God's Wrath would have been amazing here.
Oh my goodness, would it have been?
Would have killed everyone.
Yep.
Now, there's no card draw either, which is the truly unfortunate thing. So going to have to go for the blink, and we'll see the duel shortly after.
Yep. Whoa, what a shame. Any kind of health item.
What a shame.
What a shame. Oh, that Luna, if she only died a little bit earlier.
The Lucky Charms cosmetic coming soon to Artifact.
I wish. Well, biding our time here as she's looking at all of her options. She has no choice but to jump in here. He has got the duel first thing.
Yep, has to keep initiative. We'll do so. And this will be game 2.
This will be game 2.
And MyGoodMate, very impressive play. Bristleback going to finish this off. Vesture the Tyrant off the Secret Shop, not quite enough for Gela to survive. But that just happens sometimes,
Just happens sometimes, SunsFan. Heck of a game, though. So, game 3?
No, I believe that is it.
No, that's game 3.
Is it game 3?
This is game 3 now?
Actually, I don't even remember.
This is game 3?
Hey, was that game 2 or 3?
That is game 3?
No, I mean, who won game 1? It was...
Yeah.
Oh, she won.
You freaking idiot.
Okay, we have a game 3.
What's wrong with you? How long have you been in esports?
These games meld together for me. What
Not
can I
for
say,
me. An exciting match between 2 titans.
I will trust your judgment going forward.
Thank you, SunsFan.
Who's going to win this match?
There's no reason for me to...
You've been right literally every time.
I'm not on the panel, though. I don't have to do this.
All right, fair enough, fair enough.
Well, let's see what we got here. Oh, my good golly, my good mate. Look at that. Stars align, Salamene. It's anything. It's all you want.
You can double Stars Align into Bronze Legionnaire, right?
Well, a little bit. One more hand, and this is a disaster if he gets anything good.
Yeah, if anything late comes about, then this could be a very quick one for MyGoodMate. But remains to be seen. Bristleback, of course, with a very early kill also helps. And, I mean, this is what happens when you play mono blue against a heavy red deck, right? This ramp, Bristleback can just pound upon you.
Dang.
That's what we're seeing.
I wish Bristleback would pound upon me.
Bronze Legionnaire is going to trade over 2 rounds with the Ogre Magi.
That's right.
So, obviously, not just in terms of the hands, but board state as well. MyGoodMate doing quite well.
This is at Hold Me SunsFan. If MyGoodMate gets anything that is hype in this draw, any kind of high-level card, that's just, it's not looking good for this entire game.
Oh, and it's going to be a free lane in the mid as well.
Holy woly.
So this could be real bad.
Let's see what we draw. Anything above a 6, and this is disaster.
Mist of Avernus is in hand as well.
Oh, look at that.
Of course, this is the lane you kind of want Mist on, though. Oh, Time of Triumph.
No.
All right, so that's a Time of Triumph casually in the second lane.
Oh.
And I actually think you missed here. I mean, you could sell May's Favor somewhere else as well, actually, depending. And another card draw, that's Berserker's Call.
Yikes.
Good for later.
Yikes.
I mean, you have a lot of choices if you're MyGoodMate. That is a crazy draw. This is what this is what the panel talked about, high rolling, right? This is as close to as high roll as you can get.
Well, you know, you're playing against the house right here, but the house might not win.
Yeah.
That's what you get for gambling. Blue has a lot of ways to reset. And although you might get that early Time of Triumph with some nice annihilations, Thunder God's Wrath can go through that armor, there's some options that we do have here. But certainly not good.
Is there any way that he does not Time of Triumph and he goes for a slower Mist into Salamene or something like that?
If he wanted to Time of Triumph, he would have done it.
Oh.
What?
What?
Hmm?
Mist. Okay, he's going for Mist. That is very surprising. So now he can't do the Wombo combo. I mean, this is one thing to consider. This is kind of why I was talking about a potential second way to play this. You're going for Salamane's Favor now.
Yeah, the wrong way. What do you do?
Well, like, Time of Triumphs on 2 heroes in this lane, you're probably getting this lane anyway. And Time of Triumph doesn't help that much for pushing towers as it does for killing units.
Yeah.
And this first lane is going to be more important for MyGoodMate. So I personally wouldn't have done it because I'm very greedy. Or not greedy, I just take what I can get, right? I know I'm not a lucky person, so I take what I can get for now. But expecting the Time of Triumph to come out immediately now.
I definitely do that. But, I mean, just having 2 units Time of Triumph, not only do they take this lane, but you also have a bunch of Blink Daggers. You can get him out of there after they do it. Now he has an answer. He puts
Wait, where are these Blink Daggers you speak of?
I mean, they're coming.
They come to you.
They're coming.
They coded that into the game. Richard Garfield made sure that if you get the double Stars Align into Time of Triumph, they give you a free Blink Dagger on top.
Holy.
Right?
Oh, it's Christmas. All right, here we go.
Well, Aghanim Sanctum into Foresight. Or you could, yeah, adding cost does quite a bit. So now the Time of Triumph isn't nearly as sexy.
No.
And in fact, you can't even cast it because everything died. The Roseleaf Druid was the reason.
Nice
So gonna have to wait another turn for Time of Triumph. This could bite him in the ass.
I told you, you get the card, you get the dream, you make it happen. If you don't, you insult the gods and they punish you. Look it up, God of War 2.
Is that the storyline behind
That's
that game?
the plot.
Interesting.
Kratos.
All right, could go for a Gust here. In fact, that's pretty much the only thing he can do.
You probably
Well,
won't.
actually, Stars Align and Time of Triumph still is there.
He doesn't Gust.
Actually, no, that's not even enough.
What
not
are you
even enough.
doing? One hero.
Double Stars Align into nothing.
Double Stars Align.
You get 6 mana now because you used everything.
Why not
This is going to be another kill for Bristleback, though.
Excuse me, why not Sanctum first?
I mean, blue is this mono blue deck. There's so many ways to play it. I don't know if you can ever say it's black and white in terms of decision making, honestly.
Pretty sure it's 4 mana. You put down Aghanim Sanctum.
Yes.
I mean, maybe I'm stupid, but
well, no comment. Now, Dimensional Portal
I'm
definitely
not a
coming out here.
doctor, but maybe put down the Sanctum. Can you talk to me about why they're not putting down the Sanctum?
I don't know. There's, again, these mono blue decks are very complicated. So thinking like 2 or 3 turns ahead, I'm not a magician. I may look like one because of WePlay's theme here, but not actually the case. We're just acting.
All right. Well, I learned many lessons in esports, and it's always to respect the player and try to understand their decisions rather than just assume that they've made a mistake.
I mean, I will go out on a limb and say that the double, I mean, obviously the double stars align play that he could have made, if he could go back, he would do it. 100%.
Yeah, I think so.
He got punished real bad with that at any cost. I mean, he technically played it really greedy. He's like, all right, I can get it here in this mid lane, which he's kind of giving up already, or I can wait just a tad and do it in the first lane, which is hotly contested. But again, at any cost, just punished it horribly. So now these stars alliance are just sitting in his hand, not doing a whole lot.
I mean, but we're already there. We're at 8 mana thanks to the Celemane, so who cares? The time has passed, and the future is here.
Well, the second lane, he can stars align now into... I mean, that's what he wants to do. We'll see if that ends up being the case, though. Gela, of course, not a whole lot to work with. Eclipse, only 3 charges. I mean, he could get lucky and kill the Bristleback, which is huge, because you really want to take up that Time of Triumph play. Aghanim Sanctum, as you talked about, a couple to work with. At any cost, doesn't really do that much.
Oh, there it goes.
Okay, interesting.
Well,
so still giving up this lane. I mean, you could just Berserker's Call and not even bother. I mean, I feel like Stars Align are just stuck in your hand now. Like, what's the point of them?
Yeah, it's a little late. But what can you do?
But you have Blink Dagger now, so I think Stars Align into Time of Triumph into a Blink makes a lot more sense here.
There you go. Although, already killing everything, but whatever. Blink out with that Time of Triumph, get some more damage, get some nice siege damage here, and I think this one is about a wrap, my friend.
Not necessarily. I mean, Berserker's Call actually just gets the tower kill right now, so that's why he's considering this. He might actually just take the Berserker's Call instead of the Time of Triumph.
Hello!
The one thing you don't want to do is leave a tower unattended that you assume you will get at some point, because you have 3 blue heroes coming in for Gela next time around. So you're scared of these annihilations, which again, she is really bad at drawing these annihilations. Yeah. I don't know what she's done in her life to deserve this, but... Well,
you know, she's playing mono blue. I mean, the karma's going to get you eventually.
Well, not for Swim. All right, so this will be a Time of Triumph play.
Yep.
So going for the more long term instead of getting the tower right now.
I mean, basically getting the tower, though. Look at all this siege damage coming out. That's 8.
Yes, that's a decent amount.
That's a decent amount, sir.
But again, the problem is, you could have done this 2 turns ago, and that would have made a huge difference.
Well, this tower would be gone, but there's no reason to live in the past.
So spreading out these heroes sounds like a good idea just because of the impending annihilations, which again, we know she doesn't have, but you have to play as if she does.
Indeed.
The question is, where does he want to go with this drow?
Well, you probably want to go in lane 1 and win the game next turn.
No, lane 1, you're getting annihilated, right?
Potentially.
So lane 3 sounds pretty good. That way you have a huge advantage in lane 1 with that LC and a bunch of units, right? Lane 2, you have a Time of Triumph Bristleback. Lane 3, you have a hero plus another one with Time of Triumph. That sounds like spreading it out pretty nicely.
Yeah, this is what our last opponent against Cola didn't do. Went all in for no reason on a lane that they didn't have to. This one, taking time, spreading out. Got a healing salve up here, but that's going to open you up to a Berserker's Call. Not going to kill you. But it is going to open the door.
It opens the door for a play that doesn't result in anything, is what you're trying to say.
What are you talking about? The cleave. She'll die.
I mean, in theory.
In theory,
but you
practice.
You don't know what's in her hand exactly. Blink Dagger, of course. So, yes, practically speaking, since we can see the hand, we know that it would be enough for the kill.
Right.
Unless she just blinks away with Luna, which is always a possibility. I mean, what lane do you sack? Like, look at these 3 lanes.
Mystic Flare!
Run for the Mystic Flare. It's going to open up the creep. Not enough to get an actual kill on the hero, though. Bronze Legionnaire comes out.
How about playing Aghanim Sanctum and then Mystic Flaring?
This might indicate that she doesn't want to stay in this lane, perhaps. I'm not sure. Like, which lane just...
Hey, you gotta go to
the... Yeah, so she's going to blink. Is this the lane you give up now? This is a hard call, actually.
This is rough.
Other 2 towers are very low, so... I'm not sure. It's a tough one.
I think you just stay in this lane.
I mean, the problem is you don't have Annihilation, so you don't know exactly, what your hand's going to look like. You do have Thunder God's Wrath, but like you said, only 1 Aghanim Sanctum was played. So going to that first lane to try to get that double... I actually went to the mid lane, sorry.
Yeah, I think you go to mid lane. You're planning on annihilating the first lane anyway, but you've lost initiative, and if our friend here has a duel with 7 damage, I guess you could always put Kana in that first lane and make sure that you're okay. There you go. And then you supplement those other 2 blue heroes, but 7 mana here. We're a long way from 10.
Yeah, we're going to have... Eclipse is going to be at 5 charges in the mid lane. That's not even close to enough to kill all these units.
Oh, and look at that mid lane situation. One Berserker's Call. I mean, you have to put down literally just 3 blue heroes just to make sure one makes. And they can all still die They all still die anyway. You can't even do that. The game's over.
Well, actually, you could technically kill Bristleback if this creep never gets hit by a Lucent Beam. Is that worth the try? I mean, you're at dire straits right now, right?
Well, it looks like she's not going to be committing the... yeah, I mean,
I can't blame it. This is flip-floppy all over the place. I don't know what to do either. This is very difficult.
Okay, let's think this one out here. You
have to draw Annihilation.
You double at any cost in lane 1.
Okay.
You annihilate in the last lane. That's the play.
If you get Annihilate. All right, there's a card draw mechanic. You can block here just with Dimensional Portal.
Oh!
But the Gust will come out.
Sweet Muskie.
And only needs 3 damage, so Stars Align into Berserker's Call.
Booyah!
Is more than enough to finish off that tower. And you could even TP out the Treant Protector if you want.
You know, fun fact, didn't have that Gust, drew it. So big change. Big change on that lane. Could have been much different. And, oh, the disrespect! Gust and then leaves. That's what when I was growing up, that's what we call crop dust. You blow a little bit of that dust out and then you walk away. That's messed up.
Crop gusting, more like
a crop gust.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. I'll give it to you. I like that.
Thanks, buddy.
Now, the fact that she doesn't have Annihilation is quite crippling at this point. This is truly, truly unfortunate. And like we talked about, Aghanim Sanctum was only in that first lane, so you don't really have any crazy plays you can pull off here.
Gotta kill Bristle in one hit. Let's go! Hit the Bristle! No!
1, 2, 3.
Oh!
That is unfortunate. And with that armor, now at 12. That is just dumb. I mean, a simple Ignite will kill this guy.
Yikes.
Right? But that will be the series. So, and in fact, went game 3, contrary to my belief.
That is correct, SunsFan. Numbers are hard, but gotta say, MyGoodMate doing real good. We saw not only defeated our first opponent, defeated a very skilled opponent, and now on the top of the world. I mean, those were some hard-fought series. Easy peasy.